Imagine a World Cup so massive that more nations than ever before get the chance to chase football's greatest dream. A tournament spread across 3 countries, packed with more matches, more fans, more stories, and potentially more surprises than any World Cup in history. FIFA World Cup 2026 is not just another edition of the tournament, it could completely transform the future of international football. For decades, the FIFA World Cup has been the pinnacle of football. Every 4 years, billions of fans gather to watch the world's best players represent their countries on the biggest stage imaginable. From the magic of Brazil in 1970 to the unforgettable moments of recent tournaments, the World Cup has always evolved. But the changes coming in 2026 are bigger than anything we've seen before. Hosted by the United States, Canada and Mexico, World Cup 2026 will become the largest World Cup ever organised. It will introduce a new tournament format, welcome more participating nations, and create opportunities that could reshape football around the globe. So, why are experts saying that World Cup 2026 could change football forever? Let's find out. The biggest change is the expansion from 32 teams to 48 teams. For many years, only 32 national teams could qualify for the World Cup. This meant that numerous talented nations missed out, despite having passionate supporters and growing football programs. With 48 teams now participating, 16 additional countries will have the opportunity to compete on football's biggest stage. This is a historic shift. Countries that previously struggled to qualify may now gain valuable international experience. Fans from more regions will be represented. Young players growing up in emerging football nations will have new motivation to dream big. But the impact goes beyond qualification. The tournament itself will feature significantly more matches. More games mean more stories, more rivalries, and more unforgettable moments. Every World Cup creates heroes. With more teams involved, the number of potential heroes increases dramatically. Another major change is the hosting structure. For the first time in history, 3 nations will jointly host a men's FIFA World Cup. The United States, Canada and Mexico will work together to stage the event across North America. This approach allows the tournament to use world-class stadiums, modern transportation systems, and existing infrastructure on an unprecedented scale. Mexico will make history by becoming the first country to host men's World Cup matches in 3 different tournaments. Meanwhile, Canada continues its rapid football growth, and the United States prepares to showcase the sport to an even larger audience. The event is expected to attract millions of visitors and billions of viewers worldwide. That level of exposure could accelerate football's popularity in regions where other sports traditionally dominate. Here's an interesting fact. When the first FIFA World Cup was held in 1930, only 13 teams participated. Compared to the 48 teams expected in 2026, the growth of international football is remarkable. Another fascinating detail is that many football nations that rarely appear in World Cup history could finally earn a place in the tournament. This means fans may discover entirely new football cultures, playing styles, and national stories. World Cups have always been about more than trophies. They are about communities, identities, and moments that unite entire countries. In 2026, those stories will come from more nations than ever before, and history tells us that surprises often become the most memorable part of any World Cup. Think about the underdogs that shocked the world in previous tournaments. With more teams involved, the possibility of unexpected success becomes even greater. The long-term impact could be enormous. More World Cup spots encourage national federations to invest in coaching, youth development, and football infrastructure. Governments and sponsors are often more willing to support football programs when qualification appears achievable. As a result, football could become stronger in regions that have traditionally been underrepresented on the global stage. The sport's talent pool may expand significantly over the next decade. Future superstars could emerge from countries that previously had little opportunity to compete at the highest level. In other words, World Cup 2026 is not simply adding more teams, it is potentially creating a more global and competitive football ecosystem. FIFA World Cup 2026 represents one of the most important turning points in football history. A larger tournament, more nations, more matches, more fans, more opportunities. From expanding global participation to accelerating football's growth across continents, the tournament has the potential to influence the sport for generations. Whether you're a lifelong supporter or a new fan discovering the game, World Cup 2026 promises to be a historic event that could redefine what the World Cup means to the world. What do you think? Will the 48-team format make the World Cup better, or do you prefer the traditional tournament structure? Leave your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more football stories, history, and World Cup content.